Alright, hey guys, so you guys are going to be getting ready with me while I get ready for work. It's a typical work day. It's really gloomy outside and I feel like you guys have seen me in this sweater in another video. We're going to ignore that. So yeah, I'm going to be getting ready for work. Sorry I'm a little out of breath. I just ate, so I'm like 18 months pregnant right now. But I'm going to get ready for work. Typical day at work. I want to do a really simple look. Well, my version of simple, so I kind of have in my mind what I want to do. My eyebrows are a little funky today, but they're already done. I feel like they're a little broad, but we're just going to ignore that. So we're just going to jump right in. So I'm going to take my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly and just prime my lids. And I prefer to have a brush to do this, so give me a second. Alright, so my lids are all primed. Then I'm going to take my new favorite palette, the Juvia's Place Zulu palette once again. And I just want to use this palette again. So I'm first going to take a fluffy like blending brush. This is the Morphe E23. And I'm going to dip into this yellow shade. And this yellow is going to be my shoot. So I'm just gonna blend this yellow and use it as my transition shade. And I'm just doing circular motions just to really blend it out. And in my first tutorial using this palette, you guys saw I finger swatched this yellow and it didn't come out that well on the finger swatch. But as you can see on the eyes, it's pretty pigmented. So can't always trust finger swatches. You have to see how they perform actually on the eyes. And then I'm going to take that same brush, no need to switch, and I'm going to dip into the orange shade up here. And I'm going to apply this more directly into my crease. I might need to use a smaller brush for this. Then I'm going to take whatever's left of my paint pot on this brush and just reapply a little bit of it back onto my lid. Then I'm going to take a flat, like dense shader brush and I'm going to go into that brown. And I'm just going to pack this onto my lid ever so nicely. Pack, pack, pack. This is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chocolate brown, like gorgeous. I love it. So I'm just gonna go back in and blend a little bit of that orange. Blend it out. And we're gonna stop with the eyes for now and start on the face. So to prime, I'm gonna be using first my Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. I desperately need to get the matte version of this because I have oily skin, but I like the smooth one because on places on my face where I have a lot of texture, it does help make it look more smooth. And as you can see, I'm really only focusing it on my cheeks because I'm gonna put another primer in a second. So I'm also gonna go with my Hourglass Mineral Veil, and I'm gonna focus this mostly on my T-zone. Like, that's way too much. But that bottle is like at the end of its life, so I'm gonna go buy a new one. Probably today, if I remember. So I'm just gonna focus this mostly where I get the most oil. Okay, for foundation, I'm gonna go with two different foundations. The first one is going to be the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte. I'm gonna take a little bit. Ooh, I always forget how liquidy this foundation is. So some of that and a little bit of my LA Girl Pro Coverage and Rich Cocoa. And it's really just to darken up the foundation a little bit. I'm gonna take my Morphe M439 foundation brush. It's a little messy. I know it's not even little, it's really dirty, but that's okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend. So now for concealer, I'm gonna go in with my WetnWild Pro Conceal, what is this? Photo Focus Concealer in Dark Cocoa. I don't know where I get Pro Conceal from. So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and just do my wing liner. So I'm gonna take my Tarteist double-ended thingy. You guys have seen me use this like millions of times. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my wing. You guys are gonna see me blend out my, well, you guys don't have to see me blend out my concealer. I'm just gonna go off camera real quick, blend this out, put on some mascara and lashes, and then I'll come back and we'll set my foundation and finish up the look. These lashes are freaking beautiful. So I have on the Ladora lashes in this style, Southern Belle. And oh my god, I'm like in love with these lashes, you guys. Do you see this? So I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eye using my Kat Von D brightening powder. If I'm not mistaken, I showed you guys this powder in like a trying new products video, which I'm gonna get back on that. And that's what it looks like. And I tried to bake with it, and my under eyes look crazy. But there is a technique to this powder, especially for deeper skin tones, because something is happening with my eyelash. Because this shade was made for people with deeper skin tones. Well, that's who they say, who they recommend it for. Do not bake with this powder. This powder literally is for setting and brightening. So I just get a little brush and I just pat, and I just set. See how much brighter my under eye looks? And I just pack it on and set, and that's it. And then that's how when I first tried it, my under eyes look crazy. Like, they look super just like white, and we don't want that. So that's that. And on camera it looks a little crazy, but I'm gonna go over it with my face powder so it'll be fine. So to set my face, I'm gonna be using my Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder in the shade 40 Dark. And that's that. I'm trying to think, am I gonna contour today or not? I don't think I feel like contouring today, so we're gonna jump into finishing the eyes. So I'm gonna take this brush with the orange on it, tap off the excess, and lightly blend under my eyes. Love it. Legit, I love it. And then, you guys know, I do no makeup look without an inner corner highlight. So we're gonna jump into blush, and I'm gonna use my Sleek Blush by 3 palette in the shade Flame. And I'm gonna go in a little bit of this blush right here. Or maybe mix these two. This one's a little too much for today, but maybe mix these two. These blushes are so pigmented, you have to go in with a very light hand. So I'm gonna take my Morphe E4. I said this one, right? Lightly, like lightly, tap off, and you see that? You have to be so light with it, or else you'll get like crazy pigment and blend. I'm using the shade Furnace. It's a really nice, beautiful, I love this palette, by the way. Has a little bit, this one has a little bit of shimmer in it, and the last two are matte. I think this one's more like a satin, but I'm using Furnace. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Molten, just to deepen it up back here. So I love this look matte, but I'm dying for it in a corner highlight. I feel like my face is too matte. So I'm gonna take this Morphe 12S palette, and I'm gonna go into this peachy bronze right here. Woo! Super pigmented. Do you guys see that pop? Like, come on. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more blush. I feel like my blush is like super faint, so I'm gonna go back into Furnace a little bit. Woo! I said a little bit. Just gonna blend. We gonna blend. And then for a highlight, I'm gonna be using my Lena Lashes Lemonade highlighter palette, and I'm going to use, I feel like I'm going to use the shade Lemonade. It's like my favorite shade in this whole palette, even though I love this palette like in its entirety. Then for lips, I'm going to take my Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Nibble, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to my lips. And this is the finished look, you guys. I hope you guys like it as much as I do, and thank you for getting ready with me while I go to work. I love you all, and I will see you on the next one.